What's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. It is time now for the Saturday edition of the Climate and Weather Update for Saturday, June 8th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we talk about the daily weather forecast for the United States, severe weather or any weather that's ongoing in the United States. Plus, we talk about climate events that are going on around the world, such as weather records. We're going to be starting off with a high temperature record today. So if you're new, subscribe down below. Give this a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you know when I do my future videos. Share this with anyone you know. And leave a comment down below. Alright, we have to talk about Egypt. Egypt has set an all-time record, a brand new all-time temperature record yesterday. 50.9 C or 123.6 degrees Fahrenheit in Aswan. Wow, that is really hot, and that is breaking a previous record that was set back in 1961 in Karga, where the temperature was 50.3 degrees Celsius. So very hot temperatures over in Egypt. If you happen to be watching this video from Egypt, please take it easy and try and stay cool. Alright, back here in the United States, we do have a few things going on today. In northeast portions of Colorado, a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. That does also include northwest Kansas, southwest Nebraska, and southeast portions of Wyoming. There is also the threat of flash flooding across portions of Missouri and eastern portions of Kansas, where anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rainfall could occur tonight from training thunderstorms that will occur behind a mesoscale convective system that's currently in its infant stages right now in portions of Colorado. Taking a look at radar, you can see here's that old MCS from yesterday, or what's left of it. It's just really some showers over Kentucky and over southern Ohio. You're seeing some showers today. Across the Great Lakes, you're seeing some rain in Michigan today, and even some showers back across Wisconsin and Chicago. Nebraska, you're also seeing some showers. We can see our first thunderstorms starting to develop in New Mexico and portions of Colorado. We'll be watching them later on this afternoon because there are threats for severe weather with this. If you're up in New England today, there is some rain and showers, more so showers and thunderstorms, I should say, across portions of Maine. That's that old upper level low, which around that, there are some pretty gusty winds. We've been having gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour here in Philadelphia today, sustained 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, and it's not very humid here in Philadelphia. Thank goodness we finally lost the humidity. Just the other day, on Thursday, I had a dew point temperature reading of 73 degrees in the morning. Yes, 73 degrees. That's really impressive, even for June standards. Down in Florida, you are seeing showers and thunderstorms. Get used to it. It's going to become very wet going forward. I will show you that on the models in just a moment. Taking a look back at yesterday. Remember yesterday there was that MCS that developed? Well, there ended up being 223 unfiltered reports on the Storm Prediction Center page, and over in Arizona there was one tornado reported yesterday, and that was looks like it was just a video at this time. I don't know if there's a storm survey going out to check that out, but we'll have to see what happens. There was large hail reported in portions of Kansas yesterday that was rather significant. It was relatively impressive thunderstorms. Looking at today's threats, we can see here there is an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms across portions of eastern Colorado and western portions of Kansas. The biggest threat is for wind and hail today. I would say wind is probably the bigger threat, but there's even an isolated tornado threat. And this slight risk that surrounds this does go all the way east to Missouri and does dip south into extreme North Texas and portions of western Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the latest HER model for today's activity. And you can see, as I advance this, thunderstorms will start to develop across Colorado. It's already ongoing right now, so it's probably behind a little bit. But as I advance this further, you can see thunderstorms will start to organize over Colorado and eventually make their way down into portions of Kansas. And at that point, I think this will be a mesoscale convective system. Also, as we head into tonight, you do see here that thunderstorms, they do break out across Missouri, and we do get kind of a training effect ongoing in between the MCS and the thunderstorms that break out in Missouri. I don't think there's a big tornado threat there, but an isolated spin up cannot be ruled out. Your biggest concern for today is going to be flash flooding. And again, you do have that flood watch. You can see this run ends at about 10Z tomorrow morning, so it ends before the 8 a.m. hour on this run. And you can see at that point it's still raining there. 2 to 4 inches of rain have already fallen. Let's take a look at the NAM model now, and I'll advance that, and you can see as we head through tomorrow evening, look at this. The NAM is showing 3 to 5, even locally 5 to 6 inches of rainfall in Missouri. So this is definitely going to cause flash flooding because this is going to happen in such a short period of time. And because of this, the Weather Prediction Center does have a moderate risk out now for excessive rainfall in Missouri. They also have a slight risk of excessive rainfall across portions of Colorado and Kansas and even western Kentucky and western Tennessee, Paducah, Kentucky. Yep, you're just to the west of that slight risk for excessive rainfall, so be mindful. Turn around, don't drown if you see flooding. All right, moving on now, I want to show you this, and I want to show you the day 1 rainfall expected from the Weather Prediction Center. And you can see here, across portions of Missouri, relatively wet. They're going with a widespread 2 to 4 inch amounts, even isolated 4 plus. Then as we go into tomorrow, a little bit drier. It's going to be drier tomorrow, but then we have to watch Texas. Texas could see some excessive rainfall tomorrow as well. And then as we advance this further, look what happens over Florida. Things get really wet. And when we show you the days 1 through 7, take a look at that. Anywhere from 5 to even localized 10 inches of rainfall from showers, thunderstorms, training areas of showers and thunderstorms. That's going to set up over Florida, maybe even areas of heavy rainfall. Let's take a look at the Canadian model, which I have picked out for that for today. And we're going to focus on the southeast. So let's switch the view to the southeast U.S. And you can see here, right now we're at about Monday, and daily showers and thunderstorms start up. But by the time we get to Monday evening, you can see here, it's a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit more numerous, as you can see. And look at Tuesday night, Monday night into Tuesday, and you can see here, it's heavier. It's starting to become more widespread, persistent. It even pushes back to the northwest a little bit, kind of like a warm front, and this boundary is just going to remain stalled, and rounds of heavy moisture will just continuously hit this area again and again. There may be even an area of low pressure that gets going in the Gulf of Mexico, and that adds more fuel to the fire. You can see here, as I advance this, it's just very heavy rainfall through the majority of next week, especially across central Florida, but we'll really have to watch. The models have been shifting back and forth as to where the heaviest rainfall is going to set up. And look at this. Here's rainfall amounts on the Canadian. Now, I've advanced this to the end of the run, and you can see here, much of Florida is seeing anywhere from 3 to 7 inches of rain, locally 10 plus inches of rain over the next week. So there are definitely going to be flooding concerns in Florida, and I expect as we get closer, the Weather Prediction Center will probably do slight risk and maybe even a couple days of moderate risk for excessive heavy rainfall. All right, let's take a look now at the rest of the country and what's going to happen over the next week or so. Well, taking a look at the rest of the country, we can see here, though it is going to be active in Florida, there will be another threat for thunderstorms tomorrow across northern Texas, and that will extend eastward all the way over to northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, portions of Georgia. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center, when we take a look back at what they are going with, we can see here for day 2, it's just a large marginal risk area. Also, no marginal risk area across the northern Rockies, and we could see some of this get upgraded to a slight risk. We'll just have to watch. Right now, the threat is really not that great. Wind and hail is the biggest threat for right now. Beyond that, the boundary is eventually going to shift southeast, but there will be another threat for severe thunderstorms as we head into Tuesday in Texas, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And really, aside from Florida, the rest of the country is going to be relatively quiet On Wednesday night, we do see here in Iowa, there is the threat of severe thunderstorms, and that could develop into a mesoscale convective system. The West Coast is relatively quiet. You do see this system that enters Nevada and then continues over to Utah, and that will be a weather maker perhaps as we head into next weekend, as we get into the central U.S., and really, it doesn't start to heat up in the east again until after Wednesday. We'll take a look at temperatures now, and you can see temperatures across the United States. Like right now, look at this. It's really not that bad in the Northeast. The Northeast is generally around average to maybe even a couple degrees below average up into New England. Down in the South, you're really hot. That is going to continue. There's a heat ridge, and eventually that heat ridge will push north. As I advance this into the middle of next week, here we are. Now we're coming near Wednesday. And on Wednesday, look at the heat here. That starts to push its way northward. Southwest U.S., you're going to be in excessive heat. Please take it easy this upcoming week. Temperatures are going to hit near 100, if not over 100 in some areas. Heat indexes could reach 110 degrees. And as we head into next weekend, we're still, looking at very hot weather in the south. Probably Wednesday through about Friday in the Northeast, you could see some hot weather, and that's eventually going to break. There will be a front that comes through later in the week. In the Pacific Northwest, look at this. Cool weather. Yes, you heard me correctly. Cool weather for places like Washington and Oregon. Maybe highs in the upper 50s and 60s. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's climate update. If you want to see more climate and weather updates, follow me on my X account, just at Climate Data Report. Subscribe to this channel down below. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone you know. Leave a comment down below and hit that notification bell. I will see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, have a fantastic Saturday evening. Thanks for watching.